Are you curious about Israel's rich history? Look no further. Israel has a vibrant literature scene. These books reveal its complexities. Let's dive into the top 10 books about Israel. 1. A Tale of Love and Darkness by Amos. Oz, a landmark autobiographical novel that intertwines Oz's personal family saga with the dramatic story of Israel's founding. Set in Jerusalem during the last years of British rule and the early years of statehood, Oz explores his family's struggles, his mother's tragic suicide, and the formation of his political and literary identity. A profound, poetic, and painful account of a life and a nation in transformation. 2. Only Yesterday, Hebrew, Tamul Shilshom, by S.Y. Anyon, considered one of the greatest works of modern Hebrew literature. This 1920s novel portrays the life of Jewish immigrants during the Second Aliyah period. Through its protagonist, Yitzhak Kummer, Anyon examines the tension between traditional Judaism and the Zionist movement. Rich with symbolism and irony, it offers a dense yet rewarding window into early 20th century Zionist dreams and disillusionments. 3. My Michael by Amos. Oz, a quietly devastating novel set in 1950s Jerusalem, told from the point of view of Hannah Gonen, a woman trapped in a passionless marriage. As political conflict looms outside, Hannah retreats into fantasy, revealing the psychological fractures in her personal life and in Israeli society. A classic work of Israeli literature that uses the personal to reflect the political. 4. A Horse Walks Into a Bar by David Grossman. This award-winning novel takes place during a single stand-up comedy show in Netanya. The comedian, Dovelair Greenstein, spirals into an emotionally raw and painful monologue that peels back layers of trauma, loss, and cruelty. A gut punch of a book, this story examines how humor can mask, but not heal, deep psychological wounds. It won the Man Booker International Prize in 2017. 5. To the End of the Land by David Grossman, a hauntingly beautiful novel that follows Aura, a mother who embarks on a long hike through northern Israel to avoid receiving news about her son, who has gone off to fight in the army. She is joined by Avram, an old friend with a tragic past. This epic journey blends love, memory, and fear, painting a powerful portrait of life in a country where war is an everyday reality. 6. The Lover by A.B. Yehoshua. Set during the Yom Kippur War in the 1970s, this novel weaves together the stories of a husband, wife, daughter, Arab worker, and the enigmatic missing lover of the wife. Each chapter is told from a different perspective, showcasing Yehoshua's brilliance in capturing the emotional and social complexities of Israeli life. Themes of love, alienation, war, and cultural conflict resonate deeply throughout. 7. Exodus by Leon Uris, a sweeping, historical novel that helped shape international perceptions of Israel after its publication in 1958. Centered on the fictional ship Exodus, carrying Jewish refugees from post-World War II Europe to Palestine, the novel blends fact and fiction to tell the story of Israel's birth. Though criticized for its romanticized view, it remains a powerful narrative of survival, hope, and national identity. 8. The Invention of the Jewish People by Shlomo Sand. This controversial and highly readable non-fiction work challenges the traditional Zionist narrative by questioning the idea of a single Jewish people with shared ancient roots. Sand argues that Jewish identity is largely constructed and shaped by modern nationalism, not purely ancient ethnicity. Though heavily debated, the book invites critical thinking about identity, history, and politics. 9. My Promised Land, The Triumph and Tragedy of Israel by Ari Shavit, the compelling and deeply personal history of Israel, written by Israeli journalist Ari Shavit. Drawing on interviews, historical archives, and his own reflections, Shavit presents a nuanced view of Israel's creation and contradictions, its achievements and its moral dilemmas. It's praised for being brutally honest, empathetic, and essential for anyone wanting to understand modern Israel. 10. Let It Be Morning by Syed Kashua, written by an Arab-Israeli author. This novel tells the story of a Palestinian journalist who returns to his Arab village in Israel, only to find it surrounded by Israeli tanks and cut off from the outside world. A surreal and biting social critique, the novel explores themes of identity, belonging, and alienation from both Israeli and Palestinian perspectives. It's both satirical and tragic. These 10 books present varied perspectives on Israel. They reflect its complexities beautifully. These 10 books, spanning fiction, memoir, and historical critique, collectively form a mosaic of Israeli experience, Jewish Israeli authors largely explore trauma, identity, and moral complexity, whether through intimate family sagas, Oz, political reflection, Shavit, or experimental form, Grossman. Arab Israeli literature, like Kashua's, critiques the limits of inclusion and questions what belonging means in a Jewish state. Classics like Anyon and Uri's lay the ideological groundwork, while Sand and Kashua challenge or complicate those narratives.